Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading by high request. This is on Jaguar Wright. Now, is she lying? Is she telling the truth? Is it somewhere in the middle? What's the tea? So if you haven't seen my last reading that I did on Beyonce and Jay-Z, or any of the readings I've done on Diddy, I'll link them above. But Jaguar Wright has been saying for years some really interesting, kind of outrageous claims about a lot of celebrities. And she was saying a lot of stuff about P. Diddy, and then the P. Diddy stuff happened. And so she's been saying things about Jay and Bey. And just recently, she said something on Piers Morgan. And Piers Morgan got threatened by Jay and Bey. And everyone is questioning why he got threatened and not her, if she's the one that said it. Some people are saying, oh, they're just ignoring her because she's like being like, they think she's like crazy and no one will believe her. And some people are saying that they didn't serve her because she's telling the truth. Everyone has kind of got their own opinion on this. For me, I don't know. I'm going to do a reading on it and see, is she lying? Is Jaguar Wright lying? Or is she telling the truth? So we're going to settle this once and for all. Please do not sue me. This is all alleged for an entertainment purpose. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, all opinions. Okay? So, yeah, let's get started. If you guys like this, please join the YouTube members, especially because this video might be randomly deleted, and I will pretend that it never happened if that happens. So you've been warned. So if you'd like to support me, $5, $10, or $15, each tier gets their own benefits. You can win a reading from me, get a lot of exclusive celebrity content. I've done readings on Lana Del Rey. I mean, just so many true crime videos. Like, there's so much down there. And you can win a reading from me too if you want. It's a join button down below. You are missing out. So many people are in there, and I'm telling you right now, you're never gonna get a better deal than $5 a month for all that extra videos and all those extra readings. Okay. All right, so is Jaguar Wright telling the truth? Let's see. So is she telling the truth? What's her purpose? Okay. She's inconsistent. Okay. 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 So the Chariot is reversed, which to me shows inconsistencies or a halt in progress. So to me, if she's showing up as a Chariot reverse, that's like, I do think people are trying to stop her from talking. I do agree with that she's claiming people have tried to stop her, whatever. But I also don't think that she had access to as much information as she is pretending to, because the Chariot is about cutting you off before you get the chance. So I would say it does seem like she has the beginnings of some truths, but not the entirety of the truths. And a lot of the things that she's seen have changed and are not exactly what they are now. Because the Hermit is what I pulled for is she lying? The Hermit is about introspection, isolation, and the Hermit is about collecting knowledge. So when we have a Four of Swords, which is the motivation here, which is like not taking no for an answer, I do think her initial motivation was like an F you, like almost like a butthurt, kind of like, I want to take you down. If I go down, you're going down with me. Like, this isn't fair. There's a bit of self-righteousness, I guess you could say. Understood, right? If she was done dirty by dirty people, she feels like they deserve to be done dirty by the public, right? I get that. That motivation is kind of obvious, right? But what's interesting is the Hermit, because the Hermit for me is about gathering and it's about introspection. We have the Two of Cups here, which is the separation between two people, the Ace of Swords, which is opportunistic or an opportunity, and the Star, which is celebrity. I think that she has here. Yeah, Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune reverse. Okay. This reminds me a lot of the Cat Williams reading I did. I'll put a link to it up here if I remember. You guys love to comment on my Cat Williams video, this didn't age well, this didn't age well, when it actually aged beautifully, because you guys are like, he was right about Diddy, which if you actually watched the reading, you would know that I said very similar to what I'm saying about her, which is that he seemed to have hit some things, but not everything. And it seems like he knows a little bit and is exaggerating as if he knows a lot. I feel like that's what's going on a little bit. And I think that's super accurate, but whatever. I'm not gonna argue with you guys. I think that's kind of what's going on here with Jaguar. She knew how things used to be, not how things are. So when we look at the Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, she was separated very early on. And so she knew what the plans were back then, but she doesn't know what the plans turned into, if that makes sense. Because the Ace of Wands is a new idea. Ace of Swords would be new opportunities. The Wheel of Fortune is bad luck. And the Six of Wands, embarrassment. It's like if she was there in the beginning for what they like, let's say you're building a new building, right? Like you're creating a skyscraper. And Jaguar Wright would be with you day one, where you plan the entirety of how you are going to build and what is going to be in this skyscraper. And then you start to realize that Jaguar is a liability and you cut her off, right? 2 years down the line, when you're building this, it took you 2 years, you have changed so many of those original plans of building the skyscraper that the skyscraper that is built today is almost completely different to the skyscraper that you thought you were going to build. So Jaguar has the information of how things used to be, how things were, not how things became, nor how they currently are. So I think what she's doing is she's filling in the blanks with what she assumes is how things happened, but not actually how they happened. So she's taking the beginning of a story and assuming that that's exactly how it went. Like she's taking the beginning plans and assuming that that's how they were finished, when the entire meat and potatoes of the plans and the ideas are completely different. There were so many wrenches thrown in the plans. There were so many changes and alterations that it's no longer the same plan. So for me, I definitely think she's sprinkling in assumptions based off of things she's seen and heard, but not things that actually happened, if that makes sense. She's like adding on to what she assumes they did, not what they actually did, if that makes sense. And this goes for every story she has. So do I believe the things that she's saying wholeheartedly? No. Do I believe that she believes that they did this? Yes. When I look at her energy, I see her as someone that takes what someone says at face value and runs with it and automatically assumes the worst. So when the Sun's reversed, the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I've seen you do something bad. So if I heard that you were going to do something worse, I would believe it. That's kind of like where she's going. So for instance, let's say that you're someone who stole money from her, right? If someone told her that you also killed someone, she'd be like, well, they stole money, so I believe they would do that. I do believe that she's a little bit easily susceptible to being gullible to a demonization of actions and people. So I think for her that people are absolutes. They're either really good or really bad. There's no in between. And so that's why I think some of her claims get a little bit bigger than they necessarily were. So I really don't know if I believe that she's intentionally exaggerating stories or intentionally making them bigger. I think perhaps that's just her being like, well, you're absolutely capable of these things, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would say she's doing it for nefarious reasons. I think that she genuinely is believing this, but I don't believe that to be 100% accurate. What I think is likely is that we're dealing with people who are in the business aspect, who care about money at their bottom line. And money is the root of all evil. And so I think sometimes that's getting misconstrued for these like emotional things. Like when, again, the Nine of Pentacles is money. And it's like, how much money can I sit on, right? And what can my skill sets bring to the table in terms of finances. And the Sun being reversed, the Ten of Wands is like, I'm going to remove all obstacles in my way from being able to create money. So to me, this seems more like people who are in business who will do anything to keep themselves in business, more so than people who are like killing people and doing all these crazy things. And like, I think perhaps, I'm not saying it's impossible that people have done things like that. What I'm saying is, I think that the meat and potatoes and the reasonings for why things have gone are sensationalized by her and are almost clickbaited. I think she needs to, I don't know. I mean, it's up to her, but for me, I'm more inclined to look at the money aspect, the business aspect, the domination, the power aspect, more so than any of these other things. Like if she's saying something is motivated by some sort of emotion, I would not believe her. I don't believe anything that she would say that any person she talks about is motivated by an emotional sort of moment. To me, it's all business, all money. It's all shark behavior. Seven of Wands reverse, Page of Cups, Seven of Cups. Again, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that she's completely fabricating things out of thin air and 100% wrong all the time. But what I am saying is it's a game of telephone, and I feel like we have the beginning of a story, but we don't have the middle and the end. And I don't know if I necessarily believe that everyone has done the things that she says they have done. Like just because someone says they're going to unalive someone doesn't mean they actually unalive someone. Do you know what I mean? Just because someone says that they want to get rid of competition doesn't mean they actually got rid of competition or were able to. So for me, I think it's like I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily believe the majority of what she's claiming. I think it's very similar to Cat Williams, where it's like pieces of information and then it's exaggerated. Sorry. That's truly what I believe. And I know you guys love to throw a temper tantrum and tell me that who's paying me to post this and why am I defending these celebrities? I genuinely I don't care about celebrity like that. I don't know if I've made that clear enough, but I'm never going to lie to you guys, and I'm going to be very honest about what I see, and I take my craft very, very seriously. I do not sensationalize my readings. You guys love to be like, this psychic said this, and this psychic says that, and they can say whatever they want, and that's what they believe. That is not what I believe. I do not believe that these things are as wild and crazy. I think they're simpler than you and I realize. I think it's money. I think it's business. I think it's power. I don't know if I believe in these cloning theories and also, so I'm like, it's not what I see. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't see it. And I'm never going to tell you guys something that I don't see. So for me, I feel like she might be a little bit of she needs to be careful, because I think there's a lot of red herrings. And I also think with the Nine of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Death card reverse, I also think, again, I see her as naive. I see people she's talked about planting seeds to find out who's giving her information. So there are some stories that she's hawking that are completely fabricated, but they're fabricated by the people that she is talking about, because they have told certain other people that they don't trust to see if they're the leak to Jaguar, and now that Jaguar's talking about it, they know who's the leak is, and they can remove that person from their life. Like when, I think was it Kim Kardashian or one celebrity, Paris Hilton, somebody said I think it was Kim, said their kid's name was a different name or something, so that they can find out which one of their friends was going to publications and selling stories about them. That's kind of what I see. It's some of the stories are completely fabricated that she said, but they're fabricated because they were trying to figure out what the leak was or who the leak was in their group. That's the Nine of Swords. That's being paranoid and wanting to see who's going behind their back. Five of Wands reverse, and Death card, and getting rid of them. So, and again, Jaguar just seems to be a little bit naive there. Like I said, she thinks someone's bad. So if someone tells her that someone bad did something worse, she would believe it. I believe that you're capable of that. So if you tell me that, I trust you. It's a little complicated. This is a lot more complicated. It's not black and white. And I think something we need to remember, just like the Cat Williams video, just because someone was right about one thing doesn't mean they're right about everything. I mean, that goes for everyone and everything. And I think we need to be careful about sainting some people and demonizing others, because everyone has their dirt. So I also don't know if I necessarily believe that Jaguar is 100% clean in some of the things that she did when she first started. We have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, which tells me that I do believe that if she was given the same opportunities, that we may have had her go down a different route, because it does look like she may have been a little bit complicit with some shady business activities, allegedly for entertainers only, in the beginning of her career as well. So I get it. You know, you're dancing with the devil. It's fine. It's whatever. But I would just say, just keep that in mind, as it seems like things were fine when she was benefiting. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, that's going to be anyone in this industry, but it's there, so I'm going to tell you. But yeah, I don't know if I necessarily feel, I don't think she's malicious. I mean, maybe, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I would say that I think that she's more just susceptible to influence, especially by others or by things that she's heard or feels. Again, the moon is a lie, and the magician's reverse, which is indirect, and the 10 of cups, which is about happily ever afters. Just reiterating that even though you've heard things and you've seen the start of things, you haven't seen the finished product. So I don't know if people have actually gone through with the things that she feels like she's seen them say or do that they were I don't know if people have gone through, let me rephrase that. I don't know if people have actually gone through with the things that she claims she's seen them say they were going to do, or even say they did. Like, I also think some people may have like said like, oh, I did that, when they didn't do it. Like, just taking credit for something they didn't do, just to like brag and boast and put their dick on the table, and her believing it. Like, I don't know. This is not going to be a popular opinion. I know you guys are going to get very angry at me, but if there's one thing that you hopefully have learned in the past 7 years, is that I'm pretty consistent. So if you don't believe me now, I think in a couple years you will. And I won't get my flowers for it, because I never do. I just get hated on, but it's fine. But I really do believe that the truth is somewhere in the middle. No, I don't know. Because I don't know if she really knows what happened, you guys. So I don't know if the truth is here. I don't know if the truth is here at all. Plans have changed. I keep seeing plans have changed. I keep hearing plans have changed. Plans changed. Plans changed. Direction switched. I also feel like she focuses on the wrong person. I know a lot of her focus has been on Jay-Z lately. It was Diddy, and then it's Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I'm not saying that those are all innocent people, whatever. You can watch my videos on them. But there is a figure standing behind those people in my mind's eye, laughing, pulling the strings of all of them. And that person is the one that I think is amused by Jaguar, because they almost use Jaguar to hide. Like, she keeps focusing on Jay. She keeps focusing on Bey. She keeps focusing on Diddy. She has no idea that I'm the one behind it. Like, that's the vibe. There's a bigger bad and someone that's laughing at her and is egging her on. I actually think this is why she hasn't been sued. It's this person. It's this person as to why she hasn't been sued, because Bey and Jay are scared of this person. Diddy is scared of this person, and Jaguar doesn't know that this person is the one that's like puppeteering everything. And this person will not allow people to sue her because she's useful to them. It's a game of chess, and she's a pawn. I don't know who this person is. Good luck figuring it out, because I have no idea. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Join the YouTube members. It's linked down below. Hit the button, join button down below. It's $5, $10, $15 tier. I promise you, I do extra readings on all this stuff and true crime, everything. Y'all are missing out. Good luck. Ready for my hate wave, because y'all always drag me. But I promise you, this is how I feel. And what I see.